Yo, what's good? We back with another Cannon Talks. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? What we're gonna talk about today is accountability. You feel me? A lot of people wanna blame other people for where they at in life, or they wanna blame other people for why things didn't go the way that they wanted to. You feel me? You can't blame nobody but yourself. Anything that happens to you in life, the first step you gotta do is say how you could have made it better, how you could have changed something, how you could have reacted better. You feel me? You can't control nobody else's actions but your own. Feel me? So even if you're in a relationship and things not going right, you gotta ask yourself, what's something I could do to make this shit happen better, to make the desired outcome happen, you feel me? Cause say you're in a relationship and you arguing all the time with shorty, you gotta say to yourself, what is it that I could do to make her feel more comfortable or make her act the way that I want her to act or just to make the outcome be better, you feel me? And once you think about the end result, you can think of 3 million ways to get to that end result within your ethical standards, you feel me? Or without you feeling like you compromising who you are as a person, you feel me? And understand that when you go through certain situations, you can't just point the finger at somebody. A lot of people, when they grew up, they like, oh, my mom ain't had this, my father ain't had this, and they still blaming their parents for where they at in life today. Feel me? Your parents don't got no bearing on your work ethic. They don't got no bearing on if you want to do overtime at work, or if you want to work two jobs, or if you just want to be lazy and do the bare minimum. Feel me? You gotta understand whatever you get in life is what you put in. You feel me? Nobody is gonna give you anything more than what you deserve. So it's just so important that niggas be accountable. People got to be accountable for everything that goes on in their life. No matter what happened to you, you in control. Feel me? You in control of how you react towards a situation. Feel me? Like there was one situation. What was it? It was a situation where it's like the person feel like they was getting cheated out of like they feel like they was getting cheated out of money. Feel me? Like as far as their work ethic, they felt like they deserved more than what they was getting paid. You can't control that. Feel me? What you can control is there's another way you could go make money somewhere else. Feel me? You could go find multiple different streams of income from somewhere else. But you can't forcefully make somebody else pay you what you think you worth unless you just quit and just go somewhere else altogether. You feel me? But it's always a solution to a problem. You feel me? Don't be a victim. Like that's the last thing you want to do is be a victim. A lot of people want to say, "Woe is me." Like recently, everybody have like a victim mentality. Like, oh, if something happened, everybody want to be offended. Everybody want to be super sensitive, and it's like that's not a positive mindset. You feel me? You gotta have a conquer the day mindset. You gotta have a mindset like, what? No matter what happened, I'm gonna bounce back. No matter what happened, I'm gonna just go hard. I'm not gonna let that shit affect me negatively. You feel me? And it's a lot of the times we don't have self-reflection moments. Feel me? We don't sit and say, damn, I could have did this better. I could have said this in a better way. I could have understood the person more about what they was talking about instead of just answering to respond or listening to respond. You feel me? Like if you talking to somebody, you gotta actually take time to listen to them. Cause when you talking to somebody and you actually listening to what's going on, you could better decipher the situation, decipher where it could lead to or where you could put your 2 cents in to make the situation be better. You feel me? But a lot of people don't be listening. Sometimes you gotta take that step back and just observe the whole situation, and that shit could be a whole lot better. And you gotta take yourself out of your body and look at you. Like a lot of people don't look at themselves from a third person standpoint. Like there's a lot of things that you would do if somebody was doing it, you wouldn't like it. You feel me? So you gotta have empathy in a lot of situations, being able to put yourself in other people's shoes and see why they feel the way they do if you say certain things or you do certain things. Feel me? Accountability is just so important. Feel me? It makes life a lot easier. Feel me? Nobody's ever gonna ever take the take the blame for what you didn't do or the lack of work you put in. You feel me? So it's all up to you. This life is really what you make it. Feel me? I know people that sleep all day, and then wake up and smoke, and then go back to sleep all day. I know people that wake up at 5 a.m., go work out, then go work 2 jobs, and go back to sleep and start it again. Or even when they come home, make sure the kids is good. Feel me? Work on some schoolwork because they trying to get another degree. You feel me? Like, there's people that's making the most out of their time, and then there's people that's doing the bare minimum and then blaming everybody else, blaming society, blaming politicians, blaming their family and their friends, or blaming their environment. Feel me? This life really is what you make it. And a lot of people, they don't expose themselves to a different level of thinking or a different level of work ethic. Like, I play football, I play college football, so a lot of people wouldn't think of, oh, let me wake up 5 a.m. to go work out. Like, that doesn't even cross their mind, feel me? But doing that, once you do that for the first time and you realize, like, this could be a part of my routine, and you come home from working out at 5 a.m., come home at 6 a.m., then shower, then you start your day, you could work on whatever craft you want to work on before you go to work, or whatever the case may be. Then you start to learn, like, I got so much time in the day that I've been wasting for months, for weeks, for years. And there's other people that's taking advantage of that same time that you choose to snooze, you choose to just lay down, watch Netflix, binge watch seasons and shows. Feel me? You could watch them people live their life. You could watch them people, feel me, live their whole life, live out their whole career. On TV, you could watch sports, you could watch all that. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to take the step towards your goals, towards your dreams, to what you want to do in life. And you just got to be accountable. Accountability is the number one thing, feel me? Anything you want to do, you could do, but you got to make sure that you putting in the necessary work. Nobody else can do that shit for you. Nobody gonna hold your hand, and nobody damn sure ain't gonna feel sorry for you. That's one thing you gotta realize. How much homeless people you think it is in the world? Feel me? That lets you know right there. People walk past homeless people on a daily basis. Motherfuckers don't really be caring. Feel me? Them homeless people got family. They got friends. They grew up with people in their lives. But at some point in time, everybody had to work out for themselves. So no matter how bad your life is or how bad things is, you gotta take the right step. You gotta do what you need to do for you. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much your support system can do. There's only so much other people can do for you. Feel me? Imagine requiring somebody else to do more for you than you do for yourself. That doesn't make no sense whatsoever. Feel me? That's why I feel like it's so important. Like, accountability is that first step to change your life. If things ain't going your way, you feel like, oh, you having bad luck with women, or just the disagreements all the time, ask yourself, what can you do to make the situation better? Like, even when I play football and we mess up a play, you don't point fingers. You ask yourself, what I could have did better on this play, how I could have improved my play today. You feel me? You don't point no fingers. Only focus on what you could control, and that's yourself. Feel me? And just use self-reflection on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Say, how can I improve myself? What I've been doing recently, is that shit in line with my goals? Is that shit in line with where I want to be a week from now, a month from now, a year from now? You feel me? And if you're not doing the right things that's in line, make sure you take the necessary steps. Feel me? Some people want to be more healthier. Well, drinking and smoking and partying ain't going to be aligned with that. Feel me? So now you can literally look yourself in the mirror every day and say, I know I'm not supposed to be drinking, smoking, and partying, and it's not going to get me closer to my goals. And if you consciously still do it after you looked in the mirror and said that, then that's on you. But you got to have that talk with yourself. You got to be able to have that talk and say, all right, I'm going to be accountable. Or, all right, I analyzed and I chose and I've seen what it is that's negatively impacting my goals, or that's taking me away from getting closer to my goals. You feel me? So once you do that, then you could take the right steps. You feel me? At the end of the day, you got to be accountable for your actions. Don't blame nobody in your life. Every single thing that you want, you can have, but you got to do it. Don't rely on nothing. Don't rely on nobody. Don't put the blame on nobody. Don't put the burden on nobody. And don't expect somebody to do more for you than you do for your own self. Feel me? A lot of people got that, oh, how you got all of that money and you don't want to share, or you don't want to do for me. They worked for it. Feel me? A lot of people work for what they have. You see people with cars and you see people with nice houses, and you just feel entitled, or you feel envious, or you feel jealous, you gotta sit and think to yourself, the person worked for that. You don't know how many hours of work they put in, how many years and years of work they put in, how many sacrifices they had to make to get that shit. All you see is they have it. You feel me? So you gotta understand that that's not a good trait to have. Be accountable. See what you can do. Use other people's success to inspire you and motivate you to want to do better. At the end of the day, all that shit start with looking at the person in the mirror and seeing what you gotta do. Feel me? At the end of the day, make sure y'all stay focused on y'all goals, stay accountable, don't blame nobody else. Anything you want to do, you could do, but you only control yourself. So that's what you should be focusing on. Feel me? You can't help nobody until you help yourself fully. Feel me? At the end of the day, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You know what it's here for.